Akane Nishino was a popular and beautiful student whom everyone admired at school. However, there was one boy she could not stand, Minoru Kagano. In her eyes, he was entirely average, bad at studies, poor at sports, and unremarkable in appearance. Yet, what irritated her most was that he never remembered her name. Despite sitting next to her for 3 months, he continually called her by the wrong name. What made it worse was that Kagano never truly looked at her. When his eyes did turn in her direction, it was as if he was looking through her, rather than at her. Gradually, Akane's annoyance grew into a subtle hatred. Akane's life at school, however, appeared perfect. She was constantly surrounded by classmates who praised her, asked about her acting career, and admired her in every way. Yet, beneath this facade, she was merely pretending. She performed the role of the perfect student to gain teachers' approval and maintain the image of an ideal friend, so that no one would dislike her. Her true self remained hidden behind a carefully crafted mask. In contrast, Kagano was quiet, solitary, and seemingly unremarkable. He often engaged in strange activities, such as secretly training his grip strength or quietly counting repetitions. No one paid much attention to him. However, beneath his ordinary exterior, he was far from normal. One day, after school, Akane attempted to go home, but discovered that her driver was unreachable. Reluctantly, she decided to walk alone for the first time in months. Soon, she sensed someone following her. Turning around, she saw nothing. But suddenly, a man appeared in front of her and called her name. But before she could escape, a car blocked her path and she was kidnapped. As she lost consciousness, she caught a glimpse of someone observing the scene from a distance. That person was Kagano. When Akane opened her eyes, she found herself in a basement, restrained by 2 men who discussed ransom and mentioned that her father had many enemies. The situation became more dangerous when one of the kidnappers began acting threateningly. At that moment, a window shattered and Kagano entered. Rather than announcing himself as a hero, he introduced himself in a peculiar manner, calling himself a stylish ruffian slayer. Without hesitation, he incapacitated one of the kidnappers within seconds. The second man, revealed to be an ex-soldier, attempted to engage him in a serious fight. Even so, Kagano easily matched his attacks. During the battle, he casually explained the utility of a crowbar, describing its strength and versatility, as if giving a tutorial in the midst of life-or-death combat. Though the soldier tried to overpower him with brute strength, Kagano remained calm and strategic. He utilized the crowbar to block and redirect attacks, ultimately breaking the man's knife hand and demonstrating the crowbar's potential as a tactical weapon. Within moments, he had completely subdued both kidnappers and freed Akane, advising her simply to be more careful next time. Once the danger had passed, he disappeared without a trace. The following day, the police arrived, but thanks to Akane's father, the incident was kept from public knowledge. At school, Akane encountered Kagano again for the first time. He correctly addressed her by name, and unusually, met her gaze directly. Akane realized that perhaps Kagano, like her, hid his true self behind a mask. But this revelation was fleeting. Soon after, Kagano was struck by a truck and died, yet his story was far from over. Reflecting on his past, Kagano recalled that he had never desired to be a hero or a villain. Instead, he wished to operate from the shadows, to control events unseen. In his previous life, no matter how hard he trained, he recognized the limits of human potential. He could never survive extreme threats, such as a nuclear explosion. To surpass these limits, he was reincarnated into another world, one filled with magic, with new powers and knowledge. He resolved never to live an ordinary life again. He intended to rise from obscurity and become someone far greater. Not a hero, not a villain, but the one who controlled everything behind the scenes, the true eminence in shadow. Then, Kagano is reborn as the son of Baron Kagano in Labuni, a world filled with magical energy. For generations, the Kagano family has trained powerful Dark Knights by enhancing their bodies with magic. During training, Kagano watches as his sister effortlessly slices a massive boulder into perfect cubes. He claps along with everyone else, pretending to be impressed because he wants to live as a normal background character. But at night, his true identity appears. Shadow secretly attacks a group of bandits and demands their money. One bandit fires a gun, but Shadow dodges the shot and defeats him instantly using his slime sword. He quickly eliminates the rest of the bandits, showing complete control over the battlefield. Just when the fight seemed over, one bandit attacked from behind. Shadow reacted instantly and blocked the strike. Then he finished him off. After the fight, while taking the gold, he saw a strange creature locked in a cage. When he touches the creature and uses his magic, it starts reacting. Curious, he takes it back to his room and begins experimenting on it. After 30 days of research, the creature suddenly transforms into a girl. The girl slowly opens her eyes. Shadow immediately starts acting. He tells her he has broken the curse and set her free. Confused, she asks what curse he means. Shadow explains that a demon once cursed the descendants of heroes. He shows her a book about 3 heroes who defeated the demon Diablos. He claims the demon turned her into a monster before dying. The girl asks who did this to her. Kagano does not know the answer. He is only pretending. Then he notices the words Cult of Diablos on a nearby bottle. He tells her the cult is trying to revive the demon. He says his mission is to stop them. Kagano introduces himself as Shadow. He asks for her help. The girl says she has lost her powers, but since he saved her, she promises to serve him. Shadow shares his slime power with her. Slowly, her strength begins to return. She suggests that they should search for other heroes like her and bring them under their protection. They will need to expand their organization. Shadow agrees with her plan. Then he officially gives their group a name. He decides to call the organization Shadow Garden. Next, he gives her a new identity. He names her Alpha. 3 years later, he stands in the training yard facing his sister, carefully holding back his true strength. She strikes first and knocks him off balance with ease. No matter how many times they spar, she defeats him without difficulty. Still, he continues acting like an ordinary boy. Soon, his sister prepares to leave for the royal capital to attend the Migger Academy, where young nobles train to become knights. But on the day of her departure, she suddenly disappears. Her parents realize she has been kidnapped by skilled fighters. Kagano immediately contacts his organization and learns that the Cult of Diablos is most likely responsible. They suspect that his sister is a descendant of one of the legendary heroes. Shadow Garden begins searching for her location. Kagano confidently throws a knife onto a map and claims that the enemy base is there, even though he actually misses. His followers believe he made a brilliant deduction. Later, the scene shifts to Claire, who is being held captive inside a hidden base. Despite being chained, she refuses to show fear and continues resisting her captors. A knight rushes into the cell and urgently informs the man that intruders have arrived. The leader steps outside and sees his soldiers lying on the ground. Several women stand before him and introduce themselves as Shadow Garden. The leader draws his sword and attacks. Alpha blocks the strike and cuts across his chest, sparing his life. Realizing he cannot win, the leader swallows a pill and gains immense strength. He drives his sword into the ground, breaking the floor beneath him. Meanwhile, Kagano accidentally finds a secret passage while searching for enemies. By pure luck, he encounters the escaping leader. The man attacks immediately, but Kagano easily blocks his strikes. During the fight, Kagano calmly explains the weaknesses in the man's technique, showing complete control over the battle. At one point, he blocked an attack with his bare hands and demonstrated that magic was not always necessary. As the battle continued, he relentlessly cut through the man's defenses. The officer insisted that the darkness hidden within the world was far greater than Shadow could possibly imagine. In response, Shadow showed no hesitation and made it clear through his actions that he intended to reach depths no one else dared to explore. Refusing to accept defeat, the officer launched one final desperate assault, but none of his attacks could reach Shadow, effortlessly dodging every strike. Shadow completely overwhelmed him, making the difference in their strength impossible to ignore. Once Shadow decided the fight had gone on long enough, he ended it with a decisive blow. After the battle, he discovered a pendant among the officer's belongings. Inside was a picture of a young girl named Melia, who appeared to be the officer's daughter. Taking the pendant with him, Shadow left the area, privately acknowledging that the man had been considerably stronger than the average bandit. Meanwhile, Claire safely returned home. By the next day, her injuries had healed, and she left for the royal capital as planned. Sid wished he could go too, but he still had 2 years left. Before leaving, Alpha informed him that it was time for them to depart. After saying their goodbyes, the group went their separate ways.